What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have, hope this is right, we have Absu. Yes, indeed. How about that? Absu making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity-bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Salo D'Souza Jr. And Salo D'Souza Jr. wanted to see me react to this. It is Absu with a tune entitled Night Fire Canonization. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Hirotun. Why not? G-Y-R-O-T-U-N, Hirotun? Sure, why not? Hirotun. We'll go with that. And the video has 24,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Absu, Night Fire Canonization. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
This is not my first time hearing a band that does what these guys are doing. So, guitars, bass, vocals. They are structuring what they are playing in to mostly, for the most part, unless they're all playing in unison, they're playing in 4/4. And they're forming their phrasings into 4-bar phrases. Okay? That's established, that's set. And that has been the story since the beginning of the song. The only exception was at the beginning when they were playing in 5/4 or 10/8, however you want to look at it, where they were all playing in unison. They were all playing together. Okay. Since then, guitars, bass, and vocals have continued to play in 4/4 with 4-bar phrasing. The drummer, on the flip side, is intentionally playing not in 4/4 on a consistent basis with them. He is playing 5/4. He is playing 6/4. He has played 3/4. He has played 4/4 as well, but he has been all over the place with his meter. All over the place. His time signatures are just constantly changing, while the rest of the band continues on. Now, like I said, I've heard other bands do this, okay? The focus of the drummer is to play in various meters, various time signatures, while maintaining, and this is the key, while maintaining a ridiculously fast double kick pattern the entire time. It doesn't matter if it's in 3/4, doesn't matter if it's in 4/4, doesn't matter if it's in 5/4, doesn't matter if it's in 6/4. You got those double kick going. If we're at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, he's got that 30-second pattern, 30-second note pattern going on his kick drum the entire time. So you could here's how it works. By doing that, you could switch between 3/4, 4/4, 5/4, 6/4. You can switch to any time signature you want, as long as the tempo is maintained and as long as that double kick is maintained. As far as the drumming is concerned, it doesn't matter where you go, because now the drummer is not responsible for defining measure, defining meter, and more importantly, defining phrasing. That's where the guitars, bass, and vocals come into play. The drummer is just going to go wherever the drummer wants to go, wherever the drummer feels like going. I hate to say it, but the drumming is no longer a factor when it comes to the song writing. It's all about the phrasing that's created by the guitar and the bass and the vocals. I know a lot of people will listen to this and think it's interesting. I know a lot of people will listen to this and say it's brilliant. And they're not wrong. I'm not saying those individuals are wrong. I just don't agree with them personally. I think this is garbage. I absolutely hate songs like this. I absolutely do. And I know it takes a certain amount of talent to pull this off. And I give credit where credit's due. I'll give the drummer all the credit in the world for being able to, do that double kick pattern. Absolutely. Absolutely. But at the same time, where's the groove? Seriously, where's the groove? Where's the feel? Oh, it's all being done by the guitarists and the bassist and the vocalist. You're not contributing a dang thing other than speed at this point. And I'm sorry, I just can't get behind this. I can't. Now, on a personal level, I hate this. I can't stand this. I cannot wait for this to be over. Anyway, let's end this pathetic hoedown, and we'll get to the review. 5. Yeah, thank God it's over. All right, ugh. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. I'm absolutely not a fan. If all of Absu's music is like this, I'll be sure to avoid them like the plague. Just let me know in the comments, folks. Is all their music like this? Save me. Seriously. If all their music is like this, sounds like this, structured like this, designed like this, please let me know in the comments. So if there are any more requests for them in the queue, I can contact the requester, let them know, hey, I ain't doing it. How much you paid? $10 for that request? Yeah, I'll refund you immediately. Seriously, I will refund that requester immediately if they requested more songs from this. I know I'm gonna go check tonight when I'm done. As soon as I'm done filming this reaction, I'm gonna go into the queue, see if there's any more from them, and I'm gonna be, if there is another request or if there are more requests for them, I'm gonna contact the requesters and I'm gonna say, hey, here's your refund. I ain't doing it. Nope. Nope. If all the rest of the songs sound like this. Now, if there are other songs that are, better written than this, better executed than this, sure, I'll give it a listen. Absolutely. But if all their stuff, if they're one of these bands that follow a pattern and they found a formula and they stick to it, no, I'm done. I am done. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Absu with Fire Canonization. This was a request from Salo de Souza Jr. Well, before we get to the score, let me just say, I went and looked in the queue to see if we have any more requests from Absu. And the good news is, no, there are no more requests for Absu in the queue. Thank goodness. For those of you who are thinking about making a request for Absu, do me a favor, do yourselves a favor, save us both the time and trouble. Do not request them because I will not react to them. I'm sorry. One was enough. One was enough. I don't think anything more needs to be discussed. Something tells me this is one of those formulaic bands who found a formula. They found a system that works for them, and they designed their entire albums around those systems. So no, thank you. No offense, but no thanks. I think I will pass. Now, let's get to this, shall we? I absolutely hated this. I could not wait for this one to be over. Listen, I understand. Music is art. Art is subjective. I get it. I understand that. And I agree with it 100%. Absolutely. I'm sure there are people who will listen to this and they love it. They absolutely love everything about it. I am not one of those people. I'm sorry, but it is just not up my alley at all. And I know people are going, we thought you were a metal guy. Guys, I'm a music guy. It's not just metal. I enjoy metal. I enjoy good metal. And folks, my opinion, this is not good metal. Oh, Nelly, this was, woo, God. This was a barn fire. This was a dumpster fire. This was a dumpster fire loaded with I don't want to, no, horse manure, cow manure, that's not bad enough. This was loaded with chicken manure. If you guys have ever been to a chicken farm, you will know that, and I know there's some debate what smells worse, pig manure or chicken manure. Guys, chicken manure smells worse. I'm sorry, I think it does. This was a dumpster loaded with chicken manure, set on fire, chained up, rolled down a hill into an orphanage. I mean, this was bad. This was horrible. Dear Lord. I will absolutely never listen to this ever again. Absolutely not. Oh, good Lord have mercy. I hated this. In case you can't figure it out, let me just state that again one more time for the record, Your Honor. I hated this. This was awful. If it was up to me, if I was basing my score on how I personally feel, we'd be down in the ones. Ones, easily. Maybe zeros. That's possible. I mean, I haven't given a 0 in a while, but I mean, this could have gotten a 0 if I was basing my score on subjectivity, on how I personally feel. Yes, this was an atrocity. You know what? I would have given this a 0. Absolutely. An atrocity. An affront against nature. Yes. Absolutely. Whoa. Ooh, right up there with daughters. Woo. Good Lord. Yeah, I will gladly pass on this. No question. I mean, like I said, if there are people who enjoy this, more power to them. But I am not one of those people. Having said that, looking at the song objectively, on a scale of 1 to 10, I cannot believe I'm going to give it this score. I'm going to give that a 7.6. Yeah, 7.6. Believe it or not, that is the score. From an objective standpoint, that is the score I feel this song deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Man, that hurts to give. It really does. I don't want to give it that score, but that's the score it honestly deserves. For those of you who are wondering, what does a 7.6 mean? Well, a 7.6 would translate to a really good scale rating, because looking at the song objectively, I think they did a really good job. It would also get 4 out of 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. Yeah, you didn't hear me stutter. You heard right. B as in boy, B+ letter grade. So there you go. 7.6, really good skill rating, 4 out of 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. Now, how in the world did I come up with that score for this hot mess? Boy, I am so glad you asked. I will give all the credit where credit is due. The guitar playing was clean. Bass playing was clean. The drumming was clean. It was. The double kick, 30-second notes. Hey, more power to them. I'm not gonna blow things out of proportion though. I mean, yeah, it was clean playing, absolutely, but it was very one-trickish. I mean, it's an impressive trick, sure. The first time you ever see a rabbit get pulled out of a hat, it's impressive, sure. And the second time you see it, it's still pretty impressive. Then you see it a third time, and it's like, okay, well, it's still good. It's still a good trick. He does it a fourth time, okay? By the time he gets to the 12th time pulling the rabbit out of the hat, you're sitting there going, okay, here's the key part. Okay, what else have you got? But when he just pulls rabbit number 17, rabbit number 22, rabbit number 36, he just keeps pulling rabbits out of the hat. Okay, well, that's wonderful. That's great, but what else have you got? I'm sorry, but that's pretty much all the drummer really had was speed. Speed. It's great speed, sure, It's impressive speed, but that's all he had was speed. So, I mean, yeah, it's an impressive, playing. Sure, that double kick was going, nonstop. I'll give credit where credit's due. Absolutely. But even looking at it objectively, there's only so much and only so far that's going to take you. It's only so much credibility that's going to give you. Yeah, you got an impressive double kick. Good for you. What else? What else have you got? Vocally, I mean, grit and growl vocal, pure grit and growl vocal, no pitch, no subharmonics, no ghost notes, no hidden pitches in there whatsoever. It was just pure grit and growl. Done well. I again, giving credit where credit's due. Vocals were done well for pure grit and growl, but very much like in the style of the drumming. What else have you got? Nothing else? Well, okay. I mean, you do a fine job of grit and growl vocal. It's a shame that you can't take that talent and do anything else with it, but that's all right. You do you, kid. Like I said, I think the most impressive thing about the song was the thing I hated the most. The fact that the phrasing, the guitars, bass, vocals, they were playing in 4/4 the entire song. The entire song was 4/4 for them. The drummer, he played in 4/4 quite a bit, but he also played in 5/4. He also played in 6/4. He also played in 3/4. I don't know if he played in 7/4. That might have been just a measure of 3 and a measure of 4. He was doing whatever pretty much he felt like doing. Wherever the song felt like taking him, he went. Meanwhile, the guitars and bass and vocals are forming 4-bar phrases within 4/4 time signature, and the drummer was not fitting his playing within those phrases quite often. Now, there were a number of times where it did fit in, and his drumming did fit in a 4-bar phrase, and when that would happen, that's when I think the song sounded its best, because at least they were all locked in together. But there were a lot of times though where he was playing 5/4, he was playing 6/4, and it, here comes the 4-bar phrase for everybody else. It ends, they start the next phrase, drummer's still going. A whole measure later, he stops and starts a new phrase on his own while everybody else is on the second bar of the next phrase. It makes no sense. And I know there are a lot of people who are going to listen to that and they're going to say it's brilliant. And listen, again, I will give credit where credit's due. Not easy to do to have the drummer doing their thing while everybody else is doing their thing. And yet somehow it all manages to line up. Every now and then it locks. Boom. Meanwhile, here's guitar and bass going this way. Here's drummer still here. Oh, now they're going to go. They come back and he's still going. They're moving forward. Now he comes back around to start the next. And it doesn't always line up. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And like I said, art is subjective. There are going to be people who like that stuff. I am not one of those people. I'll give credit. They're able to pull it off, and they did pull it off. But I'm not a fan. But despite the fact I'm not a fan, despite the fact that I absolutely hated this, despite the fact that I absolutely just want to put this in a wood chipper and send that wood chipper into the sun, there's no denying there is some talent there. There absolutely is. And that's why I'm giving it the really good score. And I believe I'm giving it this, but I'm giving it the really good score from an objective standpoint of 7.6. I can't say I feel good about it, but that is the score it deserves, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow before I change my mind. So you got a 7.6, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B as in boy, B+ letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.